let me assure you of one thing. There is no such thing as bad publicity. Good publicity, bad publicity, it's all publicity. Controversy creates cash. There's no doubt about it. And that brings me to Logan Paul. If it wasn't for the Suicide Forest incident where Logan Paul created content with a dead body in his video, where he showed a dead body in the Japanese suicide forest. He later brought the video down, I will agree. But ultimately, that video is why I watch Logan Paul. Because the controversy surrounding it, I didn't have a clue who Logan Paul was, but I instantly, when I seen it on CNN, the fact that he was on CNN being talked about, probably for the first time ever, Logan Paul was being talked about on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all the major networks were reporting this. Logan Paul shows over 1 billion people, that's billion with a B, over 1 billion people search Logan Paul, who is Logan Paul, on Google. And they found his channel, and they started watching him. And some people watch with negative, some people watch with, I'm just going to see what this is really about, which is what I tuned in and started watching. I wanted to know what it was about. I wanted to know that it really happened. And it led to me watching not only Logan, but watching Jake Paul as well. And it led to millions of people watching the Paul brothers. So this thing that's seen as the most negative thing in Logan Paul's life actually turned out to be a huge positive. Now, will Logan come out and say it? Probably not, because he likes to acknowledge it as a mistake. And was it a mistake? It might have been, but in the eyes of viewership, in the eyes of getting his brand out there, it clearly was not a mistake. It was a very positive thing. Did it hurt mental health? Did it hurt the fight against mental health? Well, he sent $1 million to raise awareness for mental health. So even in that aspect, I'm not sure it hurt mental health, because he donated over $1 million to mental health. And I think this negative turned out to be a huge positive. And I don't see any other way I would have ever discovered Logan Paul if it wasn't for this. I know the WWE probably would have never known who Logan Paul was if he didn't become a household name because of this. Yeah, he was known on Vine, he was known on YouTube, but he wasn't the brand that he is today. This sent him into the KSI fight, which was huge. But again, he lost the KSI fight. Ultimately, he had a draw and then a loss. But look what that did for him. That's supposed to be another negative thing. He lost the KSI fight. But it was huge for him. It was beneficial to him because it put his brand out there. And it led to the launch of Prime, the most successful energy drink there is going today. Prime is more known than Monster, more known than Red Bull. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. By the way, I think it tastes horrible. I think Prime is a horrible, horrible taste, but you cannot deny the success of Prime. You cannot deny the success of Logan Paul. And it led to Jake Paul being very successful in boxing because it put his brand out there. I don't think Jake Paul would have been in boxing if it wasn't for the KSI fight with Logan. And it took on Jake down a huge successful path in boxing. And that brings me to the last controversial thing the Paul brothers are involved in. Jake Paul now is suing Piers Morgan and others because Piers Morgan, like many other stupid idiots, are saying that his fight against Chavez Jr. was rigged. What a freaking idiot. Do you not know that that would immediately come out? If the fight was rigged, that would immediately come out. These are just haters gonna hate. And again, it's getting press everywhere. It's perceived as a bad thing because it's a lawsuit, but it is huge news and it is making waves everywhere. And it it brings the whole debate about good publicity, bad publicity. It's all publicity. I'm here to tell you, there's nothing that creates cash more than controversy. And you can ask iconic figures like Eric Bischoff. He wrote a book called Controversy Creates Cash because he knew that title would probably create cash. And there's so much, there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse. Absolutely nothing worse. There's nothing worse. There's no worse publicity than no publicity. If no one's talking about you, that's the worst case scenario. You're not making a dime. You're going to go broke. It's the people that no one talks about anymore. That's the worst case scenario. Do you think right now, that Monica Lewinsky regrets the negative press she got? Of course she doesn't. She's a multi-time millionaire because of it. Monica Lewinsky is the most world famous blowjob of all time. She doesn't regret it. It's negative press, sure, but she doesn't regret it. Do you think for a second that Casey Anthony regrets what she did or what she was caught up in? I think she didn't do it. But do you think for a second Casey Anthony regrets the controversy that she was caught up in? She is a multi-time millionaire because of it. Anyways, I'm King Controversy Jones, and I'm signing out.